We're going to smash those rock records. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
We're going to be blowing up rock and roll records. That's right. That's right. We just got orders. Hey, look at all these telegrams that just came in. You're not going to believe it. Look who we got telegrams from. Mr. Paul Anka saying, hey, I'd have a baby with you anytime. He loves you, Robin. What are you thinking? It's addressed to me.
Oh. Sense of humor.
Hey, he's crazy, huh? Net Funicello. I haven't had this much fun since Mickey Mouse Party went off the air. Look at that. Hey, it's great. And it's Big Gipper getting all kinds of telegrams. Let's open this one up. Here, open up the envelope. Who's this from? Our boss. You don't sound happy enough. How much happier can I sound? Tell you the truth. You don't think I sound happy enough?
I think you're really up, Big.
Who's this from? Oh, look who's this from. From the entire band, AC/DC. We're going to break your pencil. Wait a second. Hey, hold on there, AC/DC, you wild, crazy guys. You know you love me.
Yeah, we got something for you.
Yeah, we're going to be blowing up AC/DC records in just a few minutes. Hey. Big Gipper having fun this morning. Tell your mom and dad to get close to the radio because this is a fun, happy radio station.
Have you ever heard a happier sound? WWDC. It's in the air all around the town. WWDC. Come along, sing a song. You'll find it'll work for you. In Washington, it's the thing to do. Listen to WWDC.
Or we'll break your face. Absolutely, huh? That's fantastic. Big Gipper having a good time with you this morning. Hey, I'm having fun. Big Gipper loves some of the music we'll be playing next hour. Hey, guess what we're going to be hearing from?
What are we going to be hearing?
You ain't going to believe it, honey.
Well, tell me.
Well, you got your choice here. Some of those fabulous Bee Gees again, Too Much Heaven.
Oh.
And we got Chic with Good Times, Michael Johnson, Bluer Than Blue.
Wow.
More Bee Gees, lots of Bee Gees. We'll be doing a Bee Gees threefer.
Get your hustle line ready.
Absolutely. Big Gipper loves a hustle line. Look at this. Belle and James living it up on a Friday night. Big Gipper loves it.
We've got all the hits.
Neil Diamond, Fred, and the Brothers Johnson, some of my favorite guys.
The bread people.
Oh, yeah. Kenny Rogers, the Gambler. Oh,
yeah.
That's a special favorite. I think we ought to do that one next.
You got to know when to hold them
And
when to fold them.
And we will have that Dinah Summer request coming at you on the radio. We're going to be playing that. This is great. We're having fun. Okay, Big Gipper loves you, and that's why he's going to play a request this morning. That's right. Okay, I'm going to get that Kenny Rogers record slapped on right here. Okay, Big Gipper loves you. That's why he plays Kenny Rogers for you. We get that on the turntable here, and that's going to come up in just a few minutes. Big Gipper having a great time. DC 101 concert line. You ought to call that number and find out who's going to be in the area. Kenny Rogers is going to be here real soon.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. You would have known that if you listened to 4320300.
That's right. Call the concert line and you'll know what's going on in town. Don't be like me.
Hey, give me that AC/DC record. Let's blow that up. Big Gipper wants that blown up now. Give me that. Give me that big balls. Come on. That has no right to be on the radio. Song named Big Balls?
No.
Oh.
Does not go over.
Don't like it. And give me the special Mr. Button to blow up that record. Go ahead. Come along. You want to blow this up or you want me to?
Let me.
Okay. Here we go. We get it on the turntable here, honey.
Okay.
Sweet cake.
Sweet cake. That's right.
Here's that Big Balls. Oh, you can't hear this kind of thing on the radio. Not on the new WWDC.
All right, I'm going to hit the button now.
You going to do it?
I'm going to do it.
Do it!
Here.
There, Sweet Cakes.
Thank you, Dave.
Whoa, well, that was fun. Hey, what other fun do you have for us? What's going on in that crazy, wild, wacky world of ours?
Well, Big, I want to take a moment to get serious here. I want to talk to older people.
Good. That's what we want to do this morning.
That's right.
Talk to the older folks out there,
right.
your moms and dads.
We here at WWDC understand you, and we're not going to make you sick anymore.
Absolutely.
In fact, if you're a young person and you thought your grandmother was joking when she said you make her sick, think again. Ewald Busey, a psychiatrist at Duke University, says many elderly people become hypochondriacs because of problems with their families.
Right.
That's right. They get sick to avoid the nagging of their children and grandchildren. About 1/3 of them lose their symptoms when they move away from their kids. So when Grands tells you, you make me sick, just get out of her face, all right?
Hey, that was a nice story.
That's right. That's what you have to do.
That was a very nice story, I know.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
The priorities of local government are changing, according to PG County Executive Lawrence Hogan, so he wants to cut county funds for education.
Good.
He wants to spend that money on police, firefighters, and corrections services.
Absolutely, we need more police. Hey, love that
right.
search.
He wants to raise property taxes, too, and he'll shuttle that money to public safety as well.
Hey, we have to trust our public officials and make sure they know what they're doing.
That's right.
Make sure you know what you're doing.
When you go to the polls.
You better go to the polls, that's right. Not the polling, go to the polls.
Those nasty thunderstorms last night knocked out power in some parts of Maryland, Virginia, and the district yesterday. But the skies are clear now, and the power's been restored.
Hey, that's a great story. Isn't that nice? Hey,
yeah.
Thank you. That's great. I'm glad they got the power back on. That's great. So many people must have been unhappy.
Yes. President Reagan took a step toward a reduction in nuclear arms last night in his news conference. Mr. Reagan called for negotiations with the Soviet Union to reduce nuclear arms. However, Mr. Reagan says before we get specific, we have to make more nuclear arms ourselves to close the window of vulnerability.
And Big Gipper agrees.
That's right. You don't want that window open?
Absolutely. More nuclear weapons to get rid of nuclear weapons. I love that man's thinking.
That's right. He's a brilliant man.
Reagan in 84. And Big Gipper will be heading up all those big rallies in Washington to make sure our president is well protected.
All right. Meanwhile, Soviet sources in Moscow say Soviet leader Leonid Brezhnev has been admitted to the hospital.
Good. Who needs them? Oh, communists.
Well, the Soviet Foreign Ministry refuses to confirm or deny these reports, so we're not sure.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen, huh, Leonid?
Government is running smoothly today because the Senate voted to approve a stopgap spending bill to cover the expenses of 7 federal departments for which specific appropriations bills are still pending. And President Reagan signed that bill into law shortly before the midnight deadline.
Good job, Mr. President.
That's right. He's always in there. And if you forgot to renew your license tags for this year, local authorities suggest that you walk or take the bus until you get them, or you could face a stiff fine.
Yeah, we don't want that happening to anybody in the WWDC family.
That's right. It's going to be mostly sunny and breezy today. Beautiful weather outside. A high of about 70, and right now it's 52 degrees at 728. I'm Robin Quivers on DC 101.
Absolutely! Do it to me, Kenny. Come on. Do it to the Gipper. Go ahead, honey. Lay it on us.
When you're sitting at the table.
Hey. Isn't he wild, huh? Oh, thank you. Well, we just stopped in Mr. Kenny Rogers to kick off the new sound of the new WWDC. How are you, Kenny?
Well, thank you.
Kenny Rogers, I am honored that you would stop by here in town and just sort of say hi to us this morning. I love your song, The Gambler. I love all your songs.
Thank you.
You know something, Kenny?
Thank you.
That's all you ever say is thank you.
Thank you.
I love your new record.
Thank you.
I made love to your wife last night.
Thank you.
I chopped up your children and put them in a plastic baggie.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, come on. Kenny, you're such a card. You're such a wild kind of nut. Kenny, I understand that you've written a new song for us here at WWDC since we changed formats. Is that right?
Yeah, thank you.
Big Gipper thanks you. I think it's kind of special the way you've done that.
Thank you.
Why don't you lay that song on us for the Big Gipper and all my friends out there?
Thank you.
Wait a second there. Wait, Kenny. Hold it, Kenny. That sounds just like the other song they just played. Big Gipper wants a new song for WWDC. You don't have any other? Why don't you try a different song? How do you like that, ladies and gentlemen? A new song from Mr. Kenny Rogers right here for WWDC. Kick off our new format this morning. Hey, he's the best. He's the greatest. Mr. Kenny Rogers.
Sailing with the highly successful sound of WWDC 1260.
If I can get serious here for a moment, I wish to acknowledge the very, very sophisticated talents of a man named Mr. Barry Manilow. He is certainly a credit to the white race. He's a credit to the black race as well. I think that all races have accepted Barry Manilow's music as their own. Thank you. Big Gipper here at 35 past 7 o'clock. Let's be serious. Baby, I love each and every one of you. That's right. That's why we play the good music at the new WWDC. 38 past 7 o'clock. How are you? Big Gipper here. Guess who just stopped in to welcome us to the brand new WWDC. He's the best. Mr. Barry Manilow. That's all right. You're the best. Oh, boy. I've seen your stage show in Vegas several times, Barry. Fantastic. Love your orange hair. How do you get it that color, Barry?
Well, my friend Bruce.
Your friend Bruce? Bruce the hairdresser?
Yes, he is. Very nice, as a matter of fact.
Hey, I am so glad that you, Mr. Barry Manilow, dropped by the studios of WWDC. We have, of course, changed formats this morning. If you've just tuned in, the station has changed formats, quite frankly. That's about all I've got to say about it. And Big Gipper Howard Stern here is going right along with the change.
Yes, it's so nice. Normally I wouldn't even stop to WWDC, but I heard you play this song, and I was just so moved because this song has a special meaning.
Barry, why are you touching my leg? Big Gipper doesn't like that. Big Gipper's all-American guy.
Well, I thought this was the station that's going to do it all for me now.
Hey, you know, Barry, I love your music. Barry, you are a super talent, and I want to thank you for being such a super kind of guy and coming by the radio station saying hi to the Big Gipper and all our friends this morning. How about taking a few phone calls?
Well, I could possibly do that. You know, you could do nice wonders if you could, like, take a French wave and, like, put it in your hair.
You know, I've been thinking about that there. Big Gipper's been thinking about a new hairdo.
You could probably frost your mustache.
I absolutely probably could do that there, Barry. Not a bad idea.
A little dab of Chanel No. 5 behind the ear.
Absolutely, Barry. Hey, it's your stage show. I love you in Vegas. You're fantastic. 20 minutes in front of 8 o'clock. Big Gipper here. Let's take a few phone calls. Hi, how are you, Big Gipper, with the new sound of WWDC? How are you?
I'm fine, but why? What's wrong with you?
Excuse me, honey?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, that was
weird.
Acting weird?
Weird.
Hey, how old are you, little darling?
14.
14 years old. Well, you know something? It's about time you grew up and started listening to some sophisticated sounds. You know what we got here this morning? Mr. Barry Manilow.
Well,
Yeah, would you like to say hi?
queer.
What do you mean queer, darling?
Hey, this is a real man, darling.
You're not even old enough to have a sexual identity yet.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, Mr. Manilow. This girl has obviously insulted you. Hi, how are ya, Big Gipper? How are you?
You?
I'm okay. How you like the new sounds of WWDC?
I think you're doing a great job.
Hey, thank you so much. You know, a lot of people have called up. Some of those old-timers who used to listen to the station all the time and used to get into that AC/DC and all that other stuff, calling up and saying some insulting words to Big Gipper here. But I'm glad to see that you're a open-minded person.
Yeah, I like that disco especially.
You like the disco music? Well, hey, I've got some good news for you then, pal.
I had a disco record, too.
Did you have a disco record? What was it? Why don't you sing that for us?
Copa. You even have the record here.
Copacabana. Hey, it was great. I love that one. Big Gipper was a big fan of that one. At the Copa.
Yes, I used to watch I Love Lucy and, like, my chenille 90s.
Copacabana. It's the only way to go. You don't know. Big Gipper loves that song. Hey, you want to say hi to Mr. Barry Manilow? Want to say hi to Mr. Barry Manilow?
Yeah, sure.
He's starstruck. He's so shy. He's starstruck, I can tell. Good morning.
Huh?
Hello.
How you doing?
Oh, fine. How are you? How old are you? How are you? Are you single? Are you available?
Oh, no, never.
Hey, Mr. Manilow is going to be singing, Could It Be Magic? No, no, no. Hey, I want to ask you what inspired you to write that song, and Big Gipper will be talking with Mr. Barry Manilow all morning long, Mr. Kenny Rogers. So many stars, so many exciting things happening on the new WWDC. I can't stand the excitement. Thanks for calling with such a nice telephone call this morning. He's probably single. I don't know. It's absolutely true. Absolutely. It's going to be nice today. 7:42 is the time. Temperature today is going to be very warm. We're going to have one of those beautiful days I just love so much. Absolutely. Hey, it's fun this morning, isn't it? Mr. Barry Manilow just hanging out here in the studio. He's a wild kind of guy, and I'm a wild kind of guy. I'm the Big Gipper. Hey, coming up next in a few minutes is a message from our boss. He's going to tell you why he changed the format of the radio station, so you want to stay tuned for that. I'm sure you're all curious, and I'm sure you're all going to write him a letter and thank him for this great change in format. Okay, 7:44 now, DC 101, the new DC 101, WWDC. Hey, let's go over again to Mr. Barry Manilow.
Yes. Oh, I can't hear myself. Can I plug in, please?
Hey, watch what you're doing
Yes.
there.
I just want to plug. Yes, that's
Oh, there, you're plugging your headphones, absolutely. Okay, Mr. Barry Manilow, I'm going to play another one of your great songs. Mr. Barry Manilow Twofer, right here at WWDC.
I was a big fan of I Love Lucy. Like I say, I was watching it. I was like wringing out my fishnets in the sink.
And you wrote this song.
And I wrote this song when it was on.
No more need to be said.
I saw
Copacabana, Mr. Barry Manilow. I love him. I love this record. He's the best. He's my friend. I like to get down with this. Barry, let's sing songs. Barry, Big Gipper's your friend. You can rhyme to this record, can't you? Hey, it's great fun. Let's dance, Barry. Come on. That's it. Put on your cha-cha heels. Whoop, don't trip now. Okay, there you go. At the Copa. At the Copacabana. Don't you love it? Oh. He is a super performer, absolutely. Mr. Copacabana himself, Barry Manilow here at WWDC, the new sound, the new happening sound on your FM and AM dial. How are you, Miss Quivers?
That's sweet cake.
Sweet cakes, Miss Quivers.
And I'm so happy to see Barry in the studio.
Yeah, Barry Manilow here with us this morning. It's fantastic. Hey, but now so many of you have been calling in. You're so curious about why we've switched formats. Here's Vice President Goof LaFoof to explain to you why we've changed formats this morning.
Good morning. Many of you are waking up to the new sound of WWDC and wondering what is going on. As you all well know, we are in a recession. In this very troubled economic time, we here at WWDC are going after a lot of money. And we need more money. More profits. It's what we call Megabucks Radio. Howard Stern, Dave Brown, Bill Scanlon, Commander McKay, Howard Page. These guys are all screaming for raises. And in these times of inflation and recession, they deserve them. We ask you to support the new WWDC. You will not be disappointed. Thank you.
Thank you, General Manager Goof LaFoof. Hey, he's great, isn't he? Hey, good job. He doesn't sound too bad on the air either.
He ought to do an air shift.
Absolutely. At 12 but 8 o'clock here at the new WWDC DC 101. Hey, guess what special record I got for all you this morning?
What?
You're all going to go nuts. Miss Diana Ross.
Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
She's the queen.
she is the queen. She is special. Come on. Upside down. All right. Absolutely, I love her. Thank you, Miss Diana Ross. We're teasing you this morning. We're going to finish the rest of that record after your newscast.
Oh.
That's right. That's the way to tease this audience. They want Diana so bad that they're going to have to wait. Hey, telegrams are coming in from all over America. People all over America excited by the new sound of WWDC, and I just want to say thank you. Look at this, Mr. Lawrence Wells. Okie dokie, babe, yeah, don't lose your cool. Love Lawrence. Hey, I love it. Hey, he's crazy. I mean, he's absolutely out of his mind. We're going to be taking some more of his boss phone calls at 432-1101. Isn't that exciting?
I tell you.
Hey, we've changed formats, but that doesn't mean we've lost our minds. We're going to be doing lots of giveaways this morning. We're going to be spinning a record backwards for prizes.
All right.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to keep the good things from the old radio station and bring them over to the new radio station.
And we're going to get even better because we care.
We care about you. That's right. Before we didn't. Now we do. Hey, listen, a lot of you out there probably use camera equipment. Isn't that right?
That's absolutely right.
Isn't that right, honey?
Hey.
If you use 35mm Kodak-Color film, Congressional Photo has a great money-saving news idea for you. Isn't that exciting?
A news idea.
A news idea. The hell kind of copy is this? I'll tell you something. Things don't change around here even when you did change format.
I think that was a new idea.
Look at this. Another telegram.
Oh.
Mariel Hemingway. Thanks, hon. She says here, Big Gipper, I'd shave my eyebrows for you.
Oh.
I love you, honey.
What a sweet sentiment.
Never mind that. Let's get back to Congressional Photo. Hey, Congressional Photo, they're your friends, they're your buddies, they're your pals. They're the best thing that's ever happened in terms of photographic equipment.
Of course.
That's right. Of course. A horse is a horse. Of course. You'll get 37% larger color prints, quality color processing from Kodak. Oh, it's the best. Go over to Congressional Photo, 21st Street, 209 Pennsylvania Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C. Oh, excuse me, that's not 21st Street. That's offer expires April 21st.
Big Gipper, you're something.
Big Gipper's an idiot. Let's get that straight again. Congressional Photo, 209 Pennsylvania Avenue, Southeast Washington, D.C. Walk up one flight and say, and tell them Big Gipper sent you, will you? Would you do that for me? I think you could do that for me. Can you say Big Gipper? Sure. I knew that you could. The crazy Mr. Rogers. Okay, 7:53. It's the new WWDC. Thank you, Mr. Commercial. Okay, 7:54, 6 minutes in front of 8 o'clock, Big Gipper here. Big Gipper's going to be calling his wife soon.
Oh.
That's right. Big Gipper's got big news.
Is there a big announcement about a little bundle?
Well, let's just say that Big Gipper will be revealing something to all of you, all of his friends, in just a few minutes.
I can't wait.
Big Gipper is ready.
I can't wait. This is going to be so exciting.
Big Gipper really is a big Gipper. And a real man. And he'll prove it to you this morning. Hey, we're being nice to you this morning. We're being friendly to you because it's the new WWDC. How are you? Hey, being mean, there's no money in it. I spoke to my agent just the other day about it. She says, hey, man, get nice, get funky, get crazy. He was right, absolutely. Hey, there's more money to be made being nice. I'll tell you that much. Hey, and look at all the friendly phone calls we're getting this morning.
That's right.
It's unbelievable. It's just unreal. Hi, Big Gipper!
Hey, Big Gipper, what's doing?
How are ya?
Pretty good.
Hey, good to speak to you, pal.
All right.
Hey, great. What great news do you have for us this morning?
Well, the temperature is great outside in the park.
Hey, that's nice. It's a nice day in the park. What are you, a bag lady?
No, it's a gentleman.
Bag gentleman, that's good. Hey, you're quick. I like that. Hey, thanks for calling Big Gipper and complimenting us on our new format, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So long. Hey, another unsolicited testimony. Give that man a fiver. So tell me, what's going on?
Well, Big, President Reagan got the opportunity to refute perceptions that he's a rich man's president last night at his news conference. He says nothing hurts him more than to know how many Americans are standing in unemployment lines or who are flat broke because their businesses have failed.
Hey, Big Gipper just wants to say the unemployed people of this world are just jealous of our president because he has a job. And you unemployed people should stop moaning and groaning and be a little bit more positive. And that's all the Big Gipper has to say about it.
But the president is still upset about all those people on food stamps, Big, who are buying unauthorized products with them. And if his administration has its way, every poor person on food stamps will walk around with a computer in his or her pocket.
Well, Big Gipper agrees with the president when he says all poor people should be sterilized. I agree with that one. I think most good Americans would agree.
The Department of Agriculture wants to distribute smart cards with microcomputers inside so that each time a poor person uses his food stamps card, their complete history would be available. That way, you could always know who you were talking to and what their benefits were and all that stuff. And also, they'll be issued a password. So if they give their card to somebody else who's unauthorized to use it and they give the wrong code word, then the smart card will self-destruct.
Big Gipper likes that idea.
That'll show him.
Absolutely.
White House Press Secretary Jim Brady is in good condition today.
Hey, that's good news.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He was readmitted to the hospital to undergo treatment for an inflamed vein in his left leg on Tuesday. Brady is still recuperating from wounds he received in that attack on the president last year, but his current problems have nothing to do with his mental rehabilitation.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you brought that up, and I hope that everybody is listening to the new WWDC will send a Get Well card.
That's right.
Over to Mr. Jim Brady at the hospital.
A jury has finally been picked to try the Reverend Some Young Moon
Good.
on tax evasion charges in New
Absolutely.
York. They wound up limiting their selections to people who don't read much, talk much, or know much, because those are the only people most likely to not have read or learned much about the leader of the Unification Church or his followers, the Moonies.
Yep, I'm glad to hear that.
General Motors workers are about to start voting on that new contract agreed upon by the nation's #1 automaker and the Auto Workers Union. That pact, which will net GM about $3 billion in givebacks in exchange for job security, is expected to win approval. And a coalition of leading conservation groups has launched its first attack against the president, Big. They say President Reagan's policies have opened the door to the rape of America's land.
Hey, Big doesn't want to hear the word rape on this radio station.
That's what they said.
I'm sorry, darling. I think that you should use a little bit more discretion if you don't mind me arguing with you here a little bit.
Big, darling, I can't censor the news.
I'm sorry. You know, every good American knows the news must be censored when it comes to words like rape. Rape is not a funny word.
Oh.
Big doesn't like that. You know, there's some young children listening, probably very few this morning if they hear the music we're playing. But, you know, hey, Big knows that all you adults as well are very uptight about the word rape. And I will personally chastise Robin Quivers after the newscast. In fact, she'll receive a spanking in just a couple of minutes.
Oh,
Thank you.
Big, please.
Hey, you deserve it, you get it. The Big gives it to Robin.
Well, and the weather today is going to be really pretty outside, and we'll have a high of about 70 degrees, and it's 52 degrees right now at 7:59.
Sweetheart, time for Spanky Poo on Big Laugh. That's right, honey. Come here. Come to the Big Gipper. Hey.
Have you ever heard a happier sound? WWDC. It's in the air all around the town. WWDC. Come along, sing a song. We'll find a word for you. In Washington, it's the thing to do. Listen to WWDC.
Absolutely. Big Gipper continuing that fantastic Diana Ross record that we interrupted. Hey, she's crazy. She's the best. You can see, oh, yeah, it's great. Oh, love her. Diana Ross says the Big Gipper. Yeah, baby. You can sing. You can dance. Yeah. But with the Big Gipper, you don't have a chance. Have a little rhyme there. Minute past 8 o'clock, WWDC FM Washington. Hey, we're just about to be visited by the Bee Gees here at the great radio station WWDC. With a new sound, a new funky sound. We're going to be calling my wife with some big news this morning with the Big Gipper. How do you like that Victoria principal taking Andy Gibb and throwing him in the garbage? Isn't it sad? Big Gipper was deeply upset. Oh, how do you like that? Oh, yeah, so many I love the Bee Gees. I want to play another Bee Gees song for you because we got one of the Bee Gees coming up for you next. They're fabulous, aren't they? Personal friends of the Big Gipper here at WWDC. I'll tell you, I love them. Give me another one. Do me again. Give me another one. I love it. Oh, more and more Bee Gees here at WWDC, the new radio station. Hey, Big Gipper here. Wow. Huh? Was that super or what? Absolutely. Hey, those Bee Gees are wild, and I hope they come out with a new album soon. Oh, they're the best. Hey, Big Gipper here with another one of those phone calls from you, our listeners. And we got one of the Bee Gees with a recorded message for us. Isn't that wild? Hey, how are ya?
I'm doing great.
Hey, beautiful. Hey, it's a nice day outside, huh?
Yeah, it is.
How'd you like our president last night? Was he wild or what?
I didn't understand it.
You didn't understand him? What's so hard?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, Big Gipper's a big fan of Big Gipper.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Yeah, hey, how are you?
Pretty good. I wanted to ask a question there.
You want to ask a question? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because the Big Gipper will answer any questions you want. Sure, go ahead.
Okay, this new format you got.
Hey, yeah, how do you like it?
I think it stinks.
What?
Turn my radio on while I listen to some rock and roll, and
Hey, wait a second, man. This is the new box format in Washington, for God's sake.
well, you're Diana Ross and the Bee Gees.
You don't like them? Hey, come on. Hey, no bad words about the Bee Gees this morning. You're boss. And they're boss, and you're on a boss station, D.C. WWDC.
Stern's talking like that.
Excuse me?
I can't believe the Big Gipper talk like that.
Hey, Big Gipper's with you. Hey, the Big Gipper's with you every morning. You don't have to worry anymore. Don't worry about nuclear war. You got the Big Gipper. As long as I'm around, you don't have to worry about it. I'll keep that president in line.
Well,
is that it, pal?
I'd just like knowing you're ever going to play more rock bands on the radio.
More rock bands, you better believe it. We got a dinosaur number 2 for coming up this hour. Okay? Hey, that should please you. Okay, take care. Good to speak to you. Big Gipper loves you. What a great guy. Intelligent, too. Big Gipper loves all of you. It's fantastic. Okay, let's hear from... We're going to hear from the Bee Gees? We're going to hear from the Bee Gees next. Right here at the new radio station, WWDC. Comes first. Absolutely. Hey, how are you? Hey, this is the Big Gipper on the new WWDC. But you can call me Big. Hey, look at this. One of the Bee Gees sent over a recorded announcement. Isn't it nice? To thank us for the new WWDC. Hey, I am just truly touched.
This is Barry Gibb. We'd like to thank you ever so much for playing our records. More power to you, and keep on rocking it.